Attention all stations. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Bonsoir tout le monde et bienvenue. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, opening the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG, for Wednesday, November 30th, 2022. Last day of the month, folks. Today marks 1,524 weeks that AREG has been on the air consecutively. My name is Chuck, and my station is located here in East Hamilton. I want to say thank you to VE3PDL for the early, wonderful introduction. And he won't be joining us for the net tonight. He's going to go horizontal. Not feeling well due to complications from a toothache, I understand. So thank you, Paul. Take care, sir, and have a good night. This net is on every Wednesday night, starting at 8 p.m. and ending at 10 p.m. local time here on 146.430 megahertz. We also stream the net live on YouTube. People who tune in can hear how they sound into my station and see their signal strength. Just type my call into the YouTube search box, and that's VA3CJZ, and look for us live or under the title AREG Week 1524. And we ask that you please try and leave a 2-second delay between transmissions to allow other stations to break in. May I now have check-ins for this evening's AREG.
VA3 AXJ.
Okay, I hear VA3 AXJ. Sounds you sounding a little rough there, Rick. Come on in.
Oh, you can tell, eh? Yeah, I got the flu. I've had enough of those 3 days. As hell. Tell you, I ache from the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. Not liking this at all.
Have you gotten a booster shot or a flu shot recently?
Yeah, I got them both 3 weeks ago. I got both. So, it's just, I don't know. Anyhow, it is what it is. I'll get through it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Rick, you're the second person I know that's not felt well after getting their shots, and that was Gary, VE3TTO, and his wife. Both they got their booster and a flu shot at the exact same time. So, yeah, personally, I wouldn't do that, but I've been talked into doing stuff before I didn't want to do, but yeah. I think I'm going to pass on the flu shot this year. Even though they say it's really bad, I don't know. Every year I don't take one, I don't get sick. And then the times that I do get a needle, I get sick. So, you know, just because they tell you you should doesn't mean, you know, you should. That makes sense. Uh, Anyways, Rick, sorry to hear that there. What have you been up to? Just taking her easy?
Yeah, I got the battery in the truck. I took Matt's advice, and I got the gel battery. A little bit more money, but I got 7-year warranty on it. The guy said to me, he says, you'll probably have this battery for 10 years before you need a new one. I was quite happy about that. I think, what was it? 235 bucks, I think it was, something like that.
Oh, yeah, Rick, that's well worth the money, I think. For something that you rely on, um, well, what if you get stuck somewhere and you go and turn the key, and it doesn't start? So the winters that we have here, things like that there, yeah, you want a good, reliable battery, so it was well worth it. So right on. Um, uh, so you're all set then.
Yeah, I'll try to stay up for a little while, see what happens. Just took some painkillers here, and I'm in bed. Actually, I'm on a portable. So, yeah, I'll be listening to the truck. I'll be by.
All right, Rick. Can always count on you. Very good then. All right, so let's see if there's anyone else out there who'd like to check in with us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. My name is Chuck, and we're streaming live on YouTube as well. Come on in. Okay. All right. Well, I do have some announcements for anyone that is listening. Does anyone remember VE3 Alpha Kilo India from Milton? His name is Sean. He's since moved to the Philippines, not too far from Manila, I understand, as I was in touch with him on the weekend. I think he joined a club there, and his new call sign now is Delta United 1 stroke VA3 AKI. So once again, that's DU1 stroke VA3 AKI. And that's Sean Welsh from Milton, now living in the Philippines. And he's on DMR now. He wanted me to relay that he's on DMR Talk Group 91 and 3023 Canada. And his active hours would be our time between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. They are 12 hours ahead of us there, I do believe. And so, or very close to it. And so, again, DMR Talk Group 91 and 3023 Canada. And again, that's Sean Welsh. His new call is Delta United 1 stroke VA3 AKI. Okay. All right. Well, let's see if anyone else is out there listening, would like to check in to the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3 CJZ looking for check ins. Please come now.
Victor Echo 3, Bravo Mike Oscar.
Mike Whiskey.
Victor Alpha 3, November Charlie Alpha.
All right. I got 3 calls there. I got Pierre, Mac, and NCA. Wade. Let's go and say hello to Pierre, VE3BMO. Come on in, Pierre.
Good day, Chuck. Everybody on net? Yep, I'm awake. And, yeah, just another beam for the pot there, Chuck. And Paul said chalk him down for being in the pot, too, because he wasn't sure if he was going to be awake or not. He said something about medication. Other than that, that's all I got there, Chuck.
All right there, Pierre. Thank you very much for that. I did speak to Paul just, 15 minutes or so ago, about 10 minutes before the net there. He came on and said he wasn't going to make it. So we got him down in the log anyways, and we've got Rick BK. If he ever makes it back, he was on just prior to the net starting, and he's probably just waiting for his time to get in there. And yeah, okay, Pierre. So I guess you're keep getting contacts there for your POTA. Are they all POTA, or some of them just regular check-ins, just regular contacts?
Some of them I have on contact on QRZ. Well, I tried one already, and it worked. I gotta try another one, see what happens. But yeah, we're working on it.
Okay, very good, very good. All right, so yeah, I guess you were off today playing radio, right?
Yes, sir. We were keying down the old tubes and warming them up today.
Attaboy. Good hand warmer if it gets chilly there by the window. Okay, Pierre. Well, I'm glad your tube radio is working well for you, and your antenna and all that stuff. So right on. Thanks for checking in, Pierre. Oh, and before you go, I thought I'd let you and everybody else listening know that I recently spoke to John VE3JSU, our fearless leader for the AREG, the original, and pretty much his situation is the same as it was. He's still living in someone else's house. I don't know if it's like just a room he has or an apartment. Not exactly sure. I didn't pry into that, but yeah, he's just waiting. It's tough. He says housing is extremely tough in that town, and of course he doesn't have unlimited funds. So you add that mix together, and he's just doing the best he can, but he's got plans. To one day he says he talked the landlord into putting up a pole, a short pole on the property with a vertical antenna, and I think he's got not sure if it's a 40-meter antenna or a full all the way up to 160. I'm not sure, but I know he does like 40 meters, and so yeah, he doesn't want the owner doesn't want a pole attached to the property. They don't even have wired internet over there. They all have broadband wireless. So apparently no wires to the house. So interesting. Anyways, and so that's his plan. I just thought I'd share that to everybody there that's listening, and we'll probably repeat it again later. So other than that, everything else is the same with John. And yeah, he's he never wants to come back to Hamilton, only to come and pick up that antenna I was just talking about. It's over on I think it's at Guy's farm. So anyways, we're with Pierre BMO there. If you're still awake, do you have anything else for us there, Pierre?
No, not really. I did hear someone on HF from that town that he's in. Not too long ago, actually.
Oh yeah. Well, I know they've got a message board on Facebook. There's a Manitouage something group in on Facebook there, and I logged in there, but he doesn't um, participate much in that. I'm not sure what his computer situation is. He's got a broken phone, um, so if anybody has a phone they could gift him, he could probably use one. And if anybody wants to send John an email, it's simple. It's ve3jsu@gmail.com. So you guys can communicate that way. And I do have his phone number. If anyone wants it, I can send it to you via the internet. And yeah, that's pretty much all the news I have for John there. So uh, they did have a snowfall. And I think the warmest weather he got was maybe +4 degrees in the last, little while. And so, yep, winter is definitely gonna hit the. Once it hits there, that's it. You're locked in. All right, Pierre. Thank you very much for checking in, sir. VE3BMO. Let's go down to Mac or up to Mac. VA3IMW.
You got that right, Jack. It's up to Mac. Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey. We're up on top of the world looking down on creation, and the only explanation, never mind. Yeah, you're sounding good, Chuck. Your audio problems have vanished, so however you're stepping on that foot switch is working just perfectly.
Good.
Not a lot to share really today. Goodness gracious, I got into work this morning and somebody phoned me right off the bat, and I said, well, we got Monday behind us, and they said, no, today's Wednesday. And I said, oh, that's even better. So I'm a day ahead of myself and feeling good about it. So hump day was good. Oh yes, last night I was bushed. By 6:30, I was ready for the hay. I hung on and stuck around to do to participate with ARPAD's net, and then we did the D-Star thing, and I told everybody, I said, net controller's a little drowsy, so if things get quiet all of a sudden, you'll know what's going on. But it was 9 o'clock last night, and I hit the hay. So got a good night's rest, and I'm feeling right as rain today. Anyways, we got some lasagna in the oven, so dinner is going to be delicious, and I'm going to see about throwing some garlic bread in there, because that's always a nice addition to a nice sloppy dish of lasagna, the meat sauce. Love to get those charred edges on the pan so that the cheese is sizzling when it comes out. Is everybody hungry yet?
Oh, man. Back, if I had an unlimited supply of mozzarella, I would get so fat, first of all. But I would constantly be making things like lasagna and pizza and goulash with cheese in it and anything else I can think of. Oh yeah, when I think of lasagna, I think of lots and lots of cheese, as well as the main, the other ingredients, a little bit of sauce, But yeah, very good, very good. And so, well, you're doing well then, Mac. If you're already one day ahead of what you think you are, you've missed a day. So that means time went by fast.
Well, I'm kind of guessing that Tuesday was such a barrage. I just didn't notice what the day was, and it went past me and wore me out, probably mentally. And by the time I get home, I was ready to tuck in and be done. So that's the good news. Tomorrow is another day. Who knows? Maybe I'll have a drag day. Not that kind of drag, but one that drags on and on and on, and I'll be looking forward to it ending. But no, it's been a long time since I've had a drag day. We won't even talk about those days. Anyways, yeah. Like I say, you're sounding good. Glad to hear that you're talking into a bucket style microphone experience. Sounds like it's behind you. You're well in control of your audio and sounding good tonight.
Oh, that's good to hear, Mac. I am making a point of stomping my foot down firmly, not to assert myself, but to to make a good contact with the foot switch there. So we may get a little lazy as the evening comes on, and I lay back down in the chair, but not lay down in the chair, but lay back in the chair. So okay, very good. So yeah, I'm hungry. I only had leftover mac and cheese today so far. So we'll see. Maybe the missus will bring home some orders that were messed up and can't go nowhere but into someone's belly. Uh, so yeah, she works at Swiss Chalet, and occasionally mistakes are made, and people get permission to take such items home. So you can't just grab whatever you want, but you got to ask. So that's nice. Ribs and chicken, always good. Okay, Mac. Well, hang in there, and we'll get back to you next round. Let's just go down the list here, and without rattling off for too long, and we'll go and say hello to Wade. I think he's in Dundas, VA3NCA.
Good evening, Chuck. Good evening, everybody on net. Another Wednesday with Chuck. Good to hear everybody in there. Today was supposed to be a work from work day, but yesterday worked late. So I figured that between that and the hassle right now of trying to get on campus with the teacher assistants being on strike there, and being able to do most of my job from home, at the last minute, I turned it into a work from home day. Still busy, but I guess busy isn't all bad. It's probably better than bored. So Other than that, I don't know, my odd high noise floor from last week of the S9 that I was having seems to have resolved, but now I have this pulsing between a normal S3 up to an S7 noise kind of pulsing in. So I'm going to blame neighborhood Christmas lights. I'm going to take that as a guess. But no trouble copying you tonight, Chuck. So, yeah, having a good time listening along. I'll send it back to you, VA3NCA 4ID.
Okay, Wade. Well, you're making it well into the station here at the Center Mall in Hamilton. My meter is showing full strength, a slight bit of noise, nothing to complain about. So you're doing a good job there. And yeah, you're probably right. Some kind of Christmas decorations are causing havoc with RF, and that's probably the case. And I was going to mention the fact that, well, it is the last day of November, and usually in December, that's when I turn the very small amount of lights that we have out front on the front porch there, on. And so I'm ready for that. All I got to do is get the extension cord and the timer and plug them in and hope they all work. Last year I did that and one string was out, so we had to go out and get another string. But I can't say that I've noticed any interference from those. Like I said, it's maybe 3 stringers that we have out front. Nothing too serious. The neighbors across the street, mind you, they've got all kinds of flashing this and that, and it's enough to give people epileptic seizures. Let me tell you. But anyways, there, Mac, very good. Yeah, you had to work from home there because of the craziness with the QP and the government and all that. Oh yeah, the whole world is on fire. It's crazy out there. But God, you're all right and hanging in there. You gonna stick around or are you gonna take off there, Wade?
Yeah, I'll listen along for the duration, and yeah, for the stations that I can't pick up, I've got the YouTube stream in one ear, just to keep up to date with it all. Yeah, and the tis the season for lights and such. A lot of my neighbors have a lot of lights, so this is just speculation on my part, but the timing seems right. And I'm wondering, I've seen a few YouTube channels do this. They put a string of incandescent bulbs straight up and down and load it up as a vertical and play radio transmitting on the lights. And it actually flashes in tune with the sideband signal. You can see the peaks, the noise peaks, with brighter lights. So can't do much for your signal, but it sounds like fun and maybe is stealth to the neighbors. They don't know blinking lights from an antenna, maybe. Anyways, yeah, there's a few of them on YouTube who have shown loading up a string of incandescent lights. Christmas lights around this time of year, so always fun to look at. Anyways, I'll listen along now. Chuck, thanks for doing it, and I'll talk to you next round. VA3NCA, back to you.
Okay, very good there, Wade. You kind of remind me of the days when I was on 11 meters, and I had a beautiful Mako 5/8 wave antenna there, all aircraft aluminum, and it was on a 3-section tower and a mast pole, and I also had Christmas lights up there. So at this time of the year, it was easy. Just plug them in and leave them on. So that was interesting. But yes, I wish you good luck with the lights and interference to everyone that's listening. It is that time of the year, and so we don't turn our lights on or decorate until the month of December, which is tomorrow. But we won't be decorating tomorrow. I'll just be turning the lights on. Okay, Wade, we'll get back to you in a little bit. Let's see if there's anyone else out there. We are streaming live on YouTube. Just put my call in the YouTube search box, VA3CJZ. And this is VA3CJZ looking for check-ins for the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Any new check-ins, please come now.
V3 Bravo Kilowatt.
Hey, there he is. coming in with some CW VE3BK. Rick, come on in.
Yeah, okay, that was my 220 with the idea for one of the repeaters on 220. There is quite a few. Anyway, hey Chuck, if you had all that mozzarella cheese, you'd get sick for sure. I know I would. I love cheese. Anyway, another topic was getting your flu shot. Well, Pat and I went and we got our booster shot plus the flu shot at the same time, even though our daughter, who's in the profession, told us, oh, don't get the flu shot right away. No, wait a couple weeks. And we went and got it the same day. Well, guess what? My arm got sore from the booster shot, but nothing from the flu shot. It was it was like I never even got it there. So, but I know I got it. It hurt going in, but yeah, that was strange. The booster shot didn't hurt going in. I didn't feel a thing, but it was sore for 2-3 days after. And the flu shot hurt going in, but it never bothered me after that. So there you go, Chuck. And I was trying to get a hold of Reg there, see if he'd check in today, but I'm not sure where he is. He may be away there. I think that could be where he's at. But anyway, so that's it from our end here, Chuck. VA3CJZ, V3BK.
Yeah, very good there, Rick. I don't know if you were listening earlier there, but Rick, VA3AXJ, got his flu shot there a couple of weeks ago, or not long ago, and he's not feeling well now. So not sure if he got a booster at the same time. I think he did. So, well, you're lucky then if you didn't get any bad side effects. So good for you. And by the way, before I forget, every Wednesday mornings, for those of you who aren't working and are bored in the morning around 11 a.m., there's the Trans Canada IRLP net. And you can get that on the Stony Creek VE3 UHM repeater. That's VE3 United Hotel Mike repeater. And the frequency is 442.525. And the tone is 131.8. And it's a positive offset. So 442.525 and positive offset 131.8. And usually for a good 40 minutes, if not close to an hour. They take check-ins all the way from Vancouver, straight across the provinces into the Maritimes. There isn't always someone available in the Maritimes. They're still reeling from all the storm damage and everything they got. So they're not on lately. So anyways, I thought I'd throw that in there. And yeah, Reg, I didn't hear Reg on Friday night for the net. And I used to get it on the Mississauga repeater, but it no longer is connected. And so I got to use a crappy, another crappy further repeater. And yeah, I didn't hear Reg this past week. Hope everything's good with him. Okay, Rick, do you got any news for us? Anything else? Oh yeah, tell us about the warplane there. It's open again, right?
Yes, it definitely is. Yeah, Rich, I don't know. I missed Friday night too. I missed it again, and like I said, I don't know if he's away or everything's okay or what. Warplane Heritage. Yes, the radio room, BA3CWM. Anybody wants to check in with us, guys? There's two of us who run that on OnTARS. That's 3.755 on Tuesday at 2 o'clock. The afternoons have been pretty scarce getting contacts in the afternoon. So anybody around between 2 and 3 on a Tuesday, 3.755 if you've got 80 meter capabilities, then please check in with the Warplane Radio Room. Anyway, the radio room is open on Thursdays and most of the day. Some of the guys have been going out there on Thursdays. The Warplane Heritage is closed on Monday and Tuesday, so of course the radio room's closed too. And but anyway, so far right now after the pandemic, we're only there on Thursday. So if anybody wants to visit there, of course you pay at the door and get a tour of everything. But if you want to come and just see us in the radio room on Thursday, there's a good chance you can come to the door, check in with them at the door, and say you just want to visit the radio room. You don't want to see the rest, and they'll probably let you in free. But they may charge you too. So I don't know. That's just what that has happened in the past. So that's something to think about if you ever go out there. And of course, you see a lot of vintage aircraft. So, but the radio room, we got old radios, and Paul there, V3PDL, he has donated some radios there as well that we have on display. So we have some old radios, and we listen in on the aircraft stuff on some of the radios, and of course we have ham radio station there as well, VA3 CWM. Okay, so that's it for me, Chuck, and I'll be listening a lot. I don't know what happened to Reg, so I haven't talked to him in the last few days, so I don't know where he's been. Anyway, VA3CJZ, thanks for letting me in there. V3BK.
Okay, very good, Rick. Thanks for all that information. And I normally have a alarm on my phone go off 10 minutes before the OnTARS net that you guys are on Thursdays there, but sometimes I just can't make it. I probably got to go lay down for an old man nap, or I'm busy doing something, but I usually try and get in there and throw a bean in the pot and say hello. And so everybody else should too. It's easy to put your phone on an alarm 10 minutes before a net starts. It doesn't take too much to set that up on your telephones. Okay, Rick. Well, thank you very much, sir. And I don't know if you were listening there. I was talking to John on Monday up in Manitouage. Everything's pretty much the same over there. He's still living in someone else's house.
Yeah, Roger, we heard that. And he's up north somewhere, isn't
he? Yep, Manitouage, Ontario, in the Boreal Forest.
Well, he's getting old like the rest of us, so anyway. Yeah, and I could make a story about alarms. Yeah. Hey, when you get older, you fall asleep in the chair, and when the alarm goes off, my wife has an alarm that goes off there sometimes, and man, you might sleep right through it.
Yep. I hear you. I have those Amazon smart devices all over the house there, so I can just tell it to wake me up at a certain time, and I can even make it play music instead of that whatever tone it plays there when it has an alarm. You can make it do any sound you want. So I like that. But yeah, like if I set mine for let's say 7 p.m., I want just an hour nap or half an hour. I'll wake up and it'll be like, oh, it's 10 after. So I've been listening to music for 10 minutes in my sleep. Roger?
Oh, yeah, I like to sleep with music.
Yeah, see, that's the trouble. If you use that as a wake-up alarm, it may not do anything for you. Because, depending on how you set the volume and everything, though. But, yeah.
Yep, that's why the alarm we got here goes beep, 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 beep. But it's not loud enough. Anyway, okay, we'll carry on with the net there, Chuck, and I'll let you know if I get a hold of Reg and see what's going on there. I know he was going away there last week, so I don't know what happened. Anyway, and I think he was relying on somebody else to do the net for him on Friday night. So our Friday night, his Saturday morning. And was somebody else running that net that you checked into there, Chuck, over?
Yes, there was someone else. I can't remember the call, but it wasn't Reggie. So I wasn't sure I was on the right frequency.
Oh yeah. Well, you can always go on that one on CN Tower. I forget what it is. 442-800, I think. 442-800. You can go in on that one. I can get into that one really good, and you can get on the Tech Link net there on Equilink and check in on that one too. And the Mississauga one, I have a little bit of trouble getting into Mississauga from here. I can get in, but they can't hear me that well, so I don't know why. But I guess it's probably the way they got the repeater set up. I can hear well, but I can't get in that well. But so the one in the CN Tower though works pretty good.
Yeah, that's the one I have trouble with. Rick, Reggie says I the audio just sounds terrible coming out of that thing. So I don't know. We'll try again. If not, like you said, there's Echolink. Can always go in through there. All right, sir. Well, thank you very much for all that information. And have you started your Christmas shopping yet?
Okay, and I heard Pierre in there, and Pierre has done something with his antennas, and I heard him really good on HF the other night. So that's my last comment. 73 from B3BK.
Okay, there, Rick. Thank you very much, sir. Take care. Have a great rest of the evening. Say hi to Reg for me. Should get a hold of him. All right, so we're clearing with VE3 Bravo Kilowatt. Let's see if anybody else is out there would like to check in to the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3 CJZ. Looking for check-ins. Please come now.
Victor Alpha 3 X-Ray Lima Juliet.
Okay, we'll take them one at a time. Vanya, VA3XLJ, come on in there, Mr. Man Cave.
Yeah, it is more like I don't know, man mouse cave or yeah. Anyways, I'm happy here. It's all good. So yeah, I'm gonna just give you a quick check. I'm gonna run upstairs and do what I do the best, wash the dishes, because I'm still refusing to buy the dishwasher. So yeah, where I'm going with this, yeah, not much on my end. I just completed 2 days of 3 days actually of training, and so I have to go upstairs and clean up the books and all that stuff which I brought from courses. So put them back somewhere in a shelf. And I'm sure I have a same books and the same everything, like already like 3 or 4 of the same, but it is what it is. So we're gonna just try to pair them together and keep them there. So if anyone is interested in looking, they can just pull them out from the shelf and watch. Like other than that, like it's there's no any excitement on this end other than we have both light bulbs going now in the cave, so it's bright.
Oh, yeah. Gotta have proper lighting when you're dealing with radio equipment. That's my motto. Hey, December is upon us there tomorrow starting. Do you guys get a Christmas party at your workplace?
But it depends where you work. Like some places it's a party all year round, and the other places is like around the Christmas, I guess. I'm just joking. But I honestly don't know. Like it's if there is one, I never been on one, and so I honestly don't know. But I forgot what to say now. Maybe it'll come back to me.
Yeah. No, the reason I'm asking is, well, unless you're in retail or the food industry, that's going to be busy right up until Christmas, there, Boxing Day, and then New Year's. But a lot of other places, things are more like a party atmosphere, like you said. Of course, unless it's in retail, then you're either busy or So, yeah, I don't know where I was going with it, but I was just wondering, a big company like that, you'd think Ford would have a yearly Christmas party.
Honestly, maybe they do. I just don't know about it. And there's so many people. Even if you show up, like, well, most likely I would not know anyone. So I'm not gonna say I'm not interested of going, but it's like it would be my first choice to be honest. But talking about Christmas, my wife she took the Halloween stuff down and put the Christmas stuff up. So we have a lights and the tree going for like a little while now, almost a month. And I'm pretty much done with the gifts. I bought everyone a flashlight, so now if they ever find themselves in the dark, like they can use a flashlight to try to find their way out. I mean that's the best I can do this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Things are tough everywhere, and um, you always need a flashlight um, on occasion. So, yeah, very good. Okay, Vanya. Well, unless you have anything else, well, I guess we'll let you get back up to the kitchen, and you don't feel bad. There's a lot of us. I do the dishes, um, and been doing them for years. We don't have a dishwasher any longer. We did years ago at other place there, but not since. I still rack them and stack them.
No, I'm kind of used to it by now. This is my what like a second and a half, third year, and I'm quite good at it. Like it's arranged them very well. I wash them good, so I can do that. The only problem is what I hate. I don't mind washing them, but it's putting them back um
Putting them away.
especially the food containers, like what you take for work, and we keep the leftovers in the fridge. I just hate because they're all let's call them non-standardized or regular shape. So you really have to fight with them to go in a cupboard underneath, like wherever they go. So I guess we accumulate so many of them over the time. So I don't know which one goes where, and it's kind of a little bit messy. So I hate dealing with the dry dishes like but the washing them it's not biggie. So, anyways, I'm gonna try to rejoin you guys maybe a little bit later on. So just in case if I don't, I'm gonna give you everyone 7-3, and hopefully we're gonna talk to each other next Wednesday.
Okay, absolutely there, Vanya. Well, thanks for spending time with us and stopping by and saying hello. You take care, and we'll talk to you again soon. So we'll clear with Victor Alpha 3, X Ray Lima Juliet, and see if anyone else is out there would like to join us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is week 1,524 consecutive weeks that AREG has been on the air here in Hamilton. And so we're looking for any check ins. Please come now. Okay, very good. Well, let's start with some um, contests coming up this weekend. If you are into CW, there's a big one with the ARRL 160-meter contest, and that starts on December 22nd at 2200 Zulu to 1600 Zulu, December 4th. So the geographic focus is the United States and Canada, but the participation is worldwide. Once again, CW on 160 meters. Next is the only sideband contest this weekend, and it originates out of um, uh, Indonesia, I do believe. And it's called the Kalbar, Kal Bar, Kalbar contest. And that's sideband for 10 meters, 15, 20, 40, and 80. And that will start at 0 Zulu time, December 3rd, until 23:59 Zulu, December 4th. And then there's another CW contest, another longer one. It's called a UFT meeting. And that's from 0500 to 0800 Zulu, December 3rd. And then 1500 Zulu to 1800 Zulu, December 3rd. And then 0700 Zulu to 1000 Zulu, December 4th. You can check it all out on contestcalendar.com. And as I mentioned earlier, every Wednesday I wake up and I'm reminded it's AREG Day, AREG Net Night, and that at 11 a.m. in the morning there's a Trans Canada net called the Trans Canada IRLP net, and we can get it here in Hamilton on the VE3 UHM repeater, and that's at 11 a.m. every Wednesday morning, and it's on 442.525. That's the VE3 UHM repeater, 442.525, with a positive offset and a tone of 131.8. Okay, that's it for that. And if I didn't mention it, it's contest calendar. If you guys want to know what contests are on, go to contestcalendar.com. And let's see, let's do one more call out and see if anybody else is out there would like to join us. We haven't heard from a few people yet. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, looking for check-ins. Anyone, anywhere? Okay, and being as we're starting December tomorrow, I thought I'd tell everyone that the remains of St. Nicholas have been found in Turkey this summer. St. Nicholas is a real person. He was an early Christian bishop of Greek descent from the maritime city of Myra in Asia Minor during the time of the Roman Empire. That was around the mid 200s to the early 300s is when he lived. St. Nicholas had many miracles attributed to his intercession, but is also known for his generous practice of gift giving to the needy and poor, which gave rise to the traditional concept of Santa Claus and Sinterklaas. I don't know if I said that right, but centuries after his death, the Byzantine Emperor Theodosius II ordered the construction of the St. Nicholas Church over the site where St. Nicholas had served as bishop. His body was exhumed and reburied in the church, but by the 11th century AD, his remains were removed by, we think, Templars. This was in the 11th century AD. And his remains were removed and enshrined as sacred relics in the Basilica di San Nicola, located in Bari, southern Italy. During the First Crusade, Venetian sailors removed most of his remains once again and transported them to Venice, where they were deposited in the San Nicolo al Lido Monastery Basilica. So his remains are in Italy, but his burial site is in Turkey, but he's of Greek descent. So there you go. Let's start off with some birthdays in history today. Mark Twain was born on this day in 1835. He's a famous author. Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, Adventures of Tom Sawyer. He was born in Florida, Missouri, a town called Florida, Missouri. There you go. He passed away in 1910 at about 75 years of age. Have you all been to Burke's Jewelers? Well, Henry Burks was born on this day in 1840. Listed here as a Canadian businessman and founder of Henry Burks and Sons, born in Montreal, Lower Canada. He passed away in 1928, so his birthday was in 1840 plus 68 years, so he was 68 years old. No, it's 88. 60 plus 28, 88 years old. There you go. And the author of Flanders Field poem, John McCrae, born on this day in 1872. He was born in Guelph, Ontario. Winston Churchill has a birthday today in heaven, 1874. And of course, he was a British Prime Minister twice, 1940 to 45 and 51 to 55. And then we have good old Dick Clark. Dick Clark was born on this day in 1929, passed away sadly in 2012. American radio and television personality with the American Bandstand, very famous for that, born in Mount Vernon, New York. And then we have Joan Gans Cooney, born on this day in 1929. She's the founder of the Children's Television Workshop, also known as Sesame Street, born in Phoenix, Arizona. You ever seen the movie Alien? Ridley Scott, who made those movies, was born on this day in 1937. He also did Blade Runner back in the 70s, I think it was. He was born in England. Speaking of England, we've got Billy Idol. He's got a birthday today, born in 1955. Born in Stanmore, England. Bo Jackson celebrates his 60th birthday today. He was the 1962 American College Football Hall of Fame running back, Heisman Trophy, Pro Bowl, and baseball. He did two sports. Remember that guy? Bo Jackson did Major League Baseball and NFL, and he was a star in both of them. All right, we'll pause with that for now, and we'll go back up to the top of the list, unless there's someone else that would like to check in to the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Anyone, anywhere, please come now. Okay, very short list tonight. PDL came in before the net started and is currently taking it easy due to a sore tooth. I do believe there's medication involved. All right, well, let's, speaking of medication, let's go to another sick puppy, VA3AXJ. Rick, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here. Not much longer, though. This will be my 7th straight round. Yeah, I got a headache. Oh, boy, the body's falling apart, Chuck. What can you do? You know, just gotta fight it. And live on. It'll go eventually.
Yeah, maybe get yourself some cold and flu medicine there, Neocitrin, help you fall asleep there. And remember, don't cough on the kitty. Don't want the kitty to get a cold. Okay, Rick, take care, and we'll talk to you again soon. VA3AXJ.
Is Max still up?
Oh, Mac, are you there? Rick's calling. He might have just stepped away to go check on his lasagna. So let's give him another shout. Victor Alpha 3, Indy Mike Whiskey. A really short night. Nothing heard there, Rick. Did you want to say thanks for the advice?
I am back, sorry.
There, until he comes back on, and I'll personally say thank you to him.
I'm back.
Go ahead.
How's it going?
Victor Alpha 3, Indy Mike Whiskey is back with you. Rick, go ahead.
Yeah, I took your advice, and I got that battery. $235, guaranteed for 7 years, 750 amp cranking power.
I don't think you'll be dissatisfied. I learned years and years ago that lead acid batteries in a pickup truck application, they suffer siltation, and they'll typically wear out faster in a truck than they will in a normal car. But when the AGM batteries came out. I bought one for, let's see, I had a kind of a beater pickup truck, and when that battery went, I bought one of those for my F-150, and when I sent that off to the scrappers, I pulled that battery out and saved it, and then I bought another used F-150, and I noticed that battery went a little bit weak, so I transferred in the AGM battery, and I've been running that for almost 3 years now. So, yeah, they last a good long time, and they won't deteriorate as quickly as the normal lead acid battery. A great investment, And the worst thing is that if it's going to go bad, it'll happen on the worst, coldest day in winter. Anyways, glad you took that advice there, Rick. Trust it all goes well for you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the guy told me, he says, we'll give you 7 years, but it'll probably last you like 10 or maybe longer. So I'm quite happy about that. You know, you spend spend an extra couple of bucks, and you pretty well, you don't have to worry about the damn thing not firing it up.
Yeah, roger that. Just as usual with any battery, just make sure that spring and fall, take the time out to clean the battery connections, and that baking soda and water solution to get rid of all of the blue dust on the copper connections and all the rest of that stuff. That way your alternator is going to be able to keep a good charge on the battery all the time. And corrosion is always a bad thing when it comes to batteries and stuff like that. Anyways, I won't tie it up. Carry on, and you're sounding good tonight, Rick, with all the hell you've been through. Glad to hear you're keeping on. Roger?
Roger. Yeah, I also had new battery connectors put on too, so I'm good for a while. So anyhow, we'll pass it back to Net Control. Thanks for the information, and quite happy about that.
All right, very good then, Rick. Let's hope it lives up to all the hype. Well, Mac's battery does, but let's see if yours does. All right, very good. And so you have a great rest of the evening there, Rick. Hopefully you'll wake up tomorrow feeling better. Okay, must have turned it off. Well, let's go to Mac then. Mac, you're up next. I think we're going to be the only ones on the net. And Wade's there too. We didn't forget about you, Wade.
Well, it could be Wade, or it could be Vern, or it could be Dave. They're all in Dundas, Waterdown, Dundas area, so they all get muddled together, Put them all in one big vat, stir with a stick vigorously. What happened to the rest of the world? Did they all turn the lights off and roll up the sidewalks?
I know George isn't there, and a whole whack of them aren't there tonight. So KCI, haven't heard him. Maybe we'll switch over to the remote station and give that a shout. Hello, this is VA3CJZ with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Looking for check-ins in the West End that we cannot pick up. We are on the remote station in Flamborough. Any new check-ins for the AREG, please come now. Well, Mac, did the remote work?
I didn't hear a thing. So perhaps it didn't.
Yeah, that's possible. All right, interesting. It must be down. Well, regardless, like I mentioned, yeah, I don't know where everybody is. Pierre checked in, though. Kudos to him for sticking around. Are you still there, Pierre? Guess not. Guess not. Must be all tuckered out from all that POTA work he's been doing.
Yeah, he was asking me today. We were chattering on ZOE before the ARPAD net, and he says, "So how many rewards you got?" And I says, "Well, I don't count rewards, but I'm currently over 700 individual contacts,
Wow.
and 540 something late shifts, and my U.S. matrix has got 3 spots that are still vacant, and I need to finish 2 of them in order to get the 50 States award." He says, "Oh, so you've been busy at this for a while." I said, "No, that's a little less than a year, but you do a little bit now and a little bit later, and sometimes you don't do any for a couple of days. Like these dark evenings, they're not good for anything, right? Today I made 1 contact, and that was to K8PZN, and by the time I get home, it's already dark, so 40 and 20 meters is already gone quiet. So you're not really going to do anything except Saturday and Sunday mornings. So you take advantage of the warm weather months where you got late day sunlight, and 20, 40 meters is still hopping, and even 15 and 17, so you can pick up some DX and fill in those blanks. But it's if you're able to spend time by the radio throughout the day, you don't have to work for a living. And those of us that go out there and slave every day to make sure that the retirement checks get out on time every month, it's a heavy responsibility that I carry.
Absolutely. Well, I'm not there yet. Couple more years to go for that to be given to me. Otherwise, I'm only getting I'm getting what I put into it. I'm getting CPP back right now, so not you don't have to worry, Mac. You're not working for me yet.
That's okay. I'll put a little aside just to make sure that you're taken care of. Don't worry. Anyways, I heard that I actually heard Paul telling George that he needs to get his butt moving and pick out some HF gear so that he can get active on the radio. And that's I'm not sure that that's not like counterintuitive, because I'll just leave that alone. I don't know why I even said that, but it was an interesting conversation. I think George talked about getting another Ranger, but for what he would spend on that, he could get himself a half decent used HF rig. Anyways, yes, there's still lots of stuff showing up on Facebook Marketplace groups for decent used radio equipment. So, but always bear in mind that you're buying somebody else's treasures. Treasures or junk. Yeah, kind of like that. So you want to make sure that you know what you're getting before you hand over a big wad of cash. Anyways, I'll let you go ahead and say hello again to Wade from Dundas. Number 1, make sure he's still awake. And number 2, we just want to make sure that we're not completely alone. I'm here.
Oh, got a newbie.
Trying to check him for an hour. I wish this had a repeater. I would have timed out. I might have been able to get in.
Okay, KP.
Okay. VE3 KKP.
All right, VE3 KKP, you're in the log. Number 8, big number 8, but everybody's gone except me, you, Mac, and Wade.
Quit picking on Mac, Kevin.
Well, somebody has to.
What's going on there, Mr. POTA?
Not too much. I thought I heard Rick in there.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Were you already checked in, Rick?
Yeah, Roger. Roger, V3BK.
We got enough for poker now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm all deal. I'm the house. The house always wins.
So, come on in, Rick. Tell us about your week there. What's happening?
Oh, you talking to me there, Chuck?
Oh, I said Rick. I meant Kevin. KKP. I had a senior moment there.
Yeah, Kevin, tell us.
Yeah, not too much actually. You gotta hate it when real life gets in the way of radio life. Haven't been doing too much actually. Haven't hardly played any radio. A little bit here and there during the day, but nothing spectacular. I don't even think I made a contact today to tell you the truth. But anyway, yeah, that's about it. I'm not sure when I'm gonna activate again. Probably either Friday or Saturday. I have to head out to Cuga to do something, and there's a park out there I might activate. So other than that, yeah, not too much. Just dealing with a whole bunch of other stuff.
No, okay, very good then, Kevin. I don't know if you just showed up, so you didn't hear. I spoke to John on Monday. It was a very short call, only half an hour, just under half an hour. So that's a record. Normally it's at least an hour. But yeah, he's got a busted up phone there. John needs a new phone. Um, Everything else is the same as the last time I spoke to him. He's still living in a house with the owner uh, uh, in the house, and I don't know if he's renting a room or an apartment, the basement, or anything like that. I just know that he can't find his own place. He says the odd house comes up, but he can't afford rent, utilities, and everything else. So he's just doing what he can for now.
Oh, so he's in the same house? Are you saying?
No. He moved out of there, a year ago, I think, quite a long time ago. He found someone else. He's living in their house.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Okay, well, that's better than a park bench.
Yep. I think he's waiting for someone to pass away in that apartment building he's been eyeing. That's how he explained it to me. The only way people leave here is, in a body bag. So, not trying to be rude or anything, but it's a home for seniors, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, there's a senior little community place there. Yeah, I know the one exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So until there's an opening there, I think he's going to be, you know, what do you call it, living out of a suitcase or whatever the case may be. But he's still got his cat. He's got Miss Mints still with him. And so I'm sure that's keeping him pretty happy for companionship.
Yeah, well, it's good to hear he's still alive and well, and the cat too. Wow, there you go.
Yeah, John said it used to hide under the bed all the time because, of course, the owner's in the house making noise. And I guess when they first moved in there, the cat was freaking out. So it sleeps on the bed with him now. And so he's the cat is not as skittish as it was. So yeah, poor thing. When you move them, it doesn't matter, cat or dog, bird. Moving is a traumatic experience.
Yeah, and that cat moved quite a few times.
Yeah, there's plenty of mileage on his travel case there. Was there another station in there? Go ahead.
No, it was just me with the comment, like when you said moving, like it's I don't know how people move from house to house every so often. Like I would not be able to do it. So just unless I really have to.
Yeah, but don't forget Vanya. He's single. The only other thing that's important to him is the cat, his pet, and so it's not a big deal to carry that around from place to place. But it is hard on the animals. Um, but yeah, in my younger days, Vanya, I used to travel all across Canada and the U.S. and I was by myself, and it was fantastic until it was time for me to settle down. I said, I've done quite a bit. It's time to settle down, and so that's when you start taking roots and you accumulate a whole bunch of stuff. And then you have to get up and move. Yeah, I don't like it, especially as you're getting older.
Yeah, I agree with you. I moved a few times when I was in between '98 and 2002. Then I find the decent place to live in, and I mean decent, a nicer place to live in what I used to comparing to where I lived before. So around the same time, I got a better job, so I stayed there for like I don't know how many years, and before 2002, and then from there we moved the house, and now I'm just waiting for my younger one to finish his high school, but he's gonna stay in high school until he's 21. So at that point, I have to clean up and get rid of lots of stuff, and the move somewhere like it's I don't know where that somewhere is, but probably the smaller place, I guess, within like 20 to 40 minutes drive to big place or bigger place. So we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. As far as I'm concerned, I'd rather have someone else do it for me. I hate moving. You know, I've done it so many times that now it becomes a hassle when you got to move.
No, it is a hustle. I know when we move apartment from apartment to the house, and I'll tell you, out of the furniture we have, I left a computer desk behind. I left the night tables behind, and we had the boxes, some kids stuff, mainly boxes, lots of boxes, and maybe 5 6 pieces of furniture. Like when we moved in, the house was completely empty, and
Oh,
even then, like funny thing is, we were moving in a house, and my wife she went in labor with my younger one, so I had to do it myself, and yeah, the loading the truck is kind of painfully slow, but taking everything out was, seems to be much faster than I thought it will be, because what I did is the lady, not lady, the people, they live in a house, so they gave me access to the house 2 days early. So what I did, I didn't want to go in the house. I just told them, they gave me the code for garage, and I put all the stuff in garage, and basically that was all 2 bedrooms. What we have in minus those 3 items which I left behind in garage. So when we moved in, like we had enough, we have enough furniture to furnish the 1 bedroom. We kind of bought a bedroom set for my daughter when she was small, and pretty much we had some the IKEA table, dining table, and the little bit of furniture for the family room, and the old TV sitting on the floor for months until I got myself to the Walmart to buy the TV stand. But yeah, but funny thing is now, a few years later, like we are tripping over the stuff, and I'm thinking, it's time to start getting rid of mainly toys for my son. Like he doesn't have any friends, so he just plays by himself, and with me or his mom, or sometimes sister if she have a time. But yeah, that's his only entertainment. So I'm so reluctant to throw anything away. But anyways, it is what it is.
yeah, yeah. I hear you. Well, think about this, Vanya. I moved in when I was very young with my girlfriend. My girlfriend and I got a place in Red Deer, Alberta, and it was a townhouse complex. And so we moved in. We had nothing. I mean, nothing. A bag of clothes each. I was making furniture with empty cases of beer and plywood sheet. I built a chair out of empty 2-4s until we got furniture. But anyways, listen. Let's include Wade into the conversation. We haven't spoke to him in a bit, and so Vanya will get back to you. And let's say hello to Wade. See if he's still there. How's your noise level there, Wade? Victor Alpha 3, November Charlie Alpha.
Pretty good, Chuck. I'm still listening along. I'm listening one ear on YouTube at about a 10-second delay, just to pick up the stations that I can't hear. So I did hear Vanya there on the YouTube side, not on the RF side, unfortunately, to my station. But got most of the other people. Hi, Kevin. I heard you in there. Rick, I hear you in there. This is sounding like Romper Room now. Mac, Chuck, I see you all there. Sounds good. I've just been splitting my attention lately with talking on Mastodon. So for those of you who may or may not use Twitter, and its strife going on right now, there is another option called Mastodon that I'm giving a try. Seems like fun, and they tend to split them up into individual servers that have their own sort of focus. And so I'm on one run by a ham in the States, Mark Smitty, I think, Smitty Halibut. Anyways, he runs one called hams.social. So I'm on that, and just having a conversation while I listen along to the AREG net. So kind of doing double duty. So anybody who's interested in trying a Twitter clone called Mastodon, we can set you up with an account on a ham focused one, which has lots of like-minded folk on it. I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, very good there, Mac. That reminds me. Elon Musk has threatened to build his own cell phone company if Apple gives him a hard time there about Twitter app on the iPhones. So he said, if you don't allow my app on your Apple phone, I'll just build my own phone. So that's kind of funny. And also, before I forget, if anybody remembers Sean out of Milton, VA3AKI, Sean Welsh, he's now in the Philippines, not too far from Manila. And his new call sign is Delta United 1 stroke VA3AKI. And he's on DMR Talk Group 91 and 3023 Canada. So his active time on the radio would be 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. our time. So if you're up early and you're not working, and or it's the weekend, and you're on DMR, you may be able to find him there. So I need to get more info on what his HF situation is. But I think he just joined a new club out there. That's why he drove out to Manila the other day and showed some nice pictures there, I believe, on the AREG page there. So thought I'd throw that in there. Thank you very much, Wade. Let's see if there's, before we continue on the list, is there anyone else out there wishing to check in to the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG? This is VA3CJZ looking for check-ins. Anyone, anywhere?
VA3MVY portable, copy.
VE3NVY. Yes, sir. We can hear you, Jeff. Come on in.
Good evening, sir, to yourself and everybody else on the frequency. Just another beam from the pod, and just listening for your information. Very good what I'm hearing so far tonight.
Oh, very good there, Jeff. Can you give us a location there? I forget where you are.
Barton and Lake Avenue, Stony Creek.
Woo! Wow. Okay, doing a good job from Barton and Lake Avenue and Stony Creek on a portable too, right?
Yes, I'm currently on a handheld, 3 watts coming back at you. Nothing else set up on the exterior of the building yet.
Oh, wow. Yeah, my antenna's got a straight line down to you there. Your S9 Plus over here by the Centre Mall. And Barton Street may be acting as a directional antenna there to us. So good job there, Jeff. Thanks for sticking around and checking in. And if you want to listen to us on YouTube, just remember to put my call sign in the YouTube search box there, and you can listen to the net, listen along, or you can play it back.
That sounds wonderful. I'll be able to pick up anything I missed. I'll sure look that up.
Okay, Jeff, anything new and interesting for us there before we go down the list?
Nothing new happening this way. Just hoping that we get up on the roof maybe in the spring. The building and 10 floors up would be nice. Have a little bit of pull on there. Other than that, nothing new.
10 floors up. Yes, that'd be nice. Okay, very good then, Jeff. Well, good luck, and you're doing good on Simplex with a handheld from where you are. So, good job. Is everybody else hearing Jeff?
Negative, no copy.
I do have him like with 2S units, but it's like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think the fact that well, I'm only 2 blocks south of Barton Street. I remember on the 11-meter days there, I used to experience the same thing on the CB there. You seem to have a great shot if you're close to Barton Street. You could go all the way out in the East End there. So, looks like not everybody is hearing you there, Jeff, but I am. And I want to thank you for checking in and hope to hear you again next week.
You will for sure. I now have it as one of my Google reminders every week now. So take care. We'll catch up with you next week for sure. V3 and V Wild listening.
All right, absolutely there, Jeff. Yeah, like I mentioned before, just put an alarm on your cell phone to repeat every Wednesday at 10 minutes before 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, whatever you wish. And set that on your phone, and that way you won't forget. But thank you for checking in with us. Your check-in number 9 tonight. It's a little bit slow, but that's okay. Thanks again, Jeff. Have a good one. VE3 November Victor Yankee. And so let's go up to Rick. BK. Rick, have you been listening? Well, I know Rick was in there earlier. Well, let's see if anyone else is out there wants to make it number check-in 10. Check-in number 10. This is VA3 CJZ with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is week 1524. 1,524 weeks. AREG has been on the air once a week here in Hamilton. Any new check-ins anywhere, please come now.
Victor Echo 3, Lima, Bravo, India. Now you're officially activated. You got 10 contacts.
Woohoo! There we go. Oh, before I forget, Larry, welcome. I just broke the 1,000 confirmed QSOs on QRZ.com there, Larry. Well, now I'm at 1,002, but what was it? Last night. Yeah, I got it last night around supper time there. So broke the 1,000 mark.
All right, yeah, okay, good stuff. Actually, just something that was I kind of thinking about here. I just got off a YouTube, live YouTube thing. It's on from 8 o'clock until 9 o'clock every Wednesday. Anyways, it was something that the fellow was talking about. He's an activator down in Hawaii. He's not actually on the island. He's on Maui, I guess it is. He works for the U.S. Navy. He used to be on a ship, but now he's based there for 3 years. Anyway, something that he brought up, I never realized it, but Hawaii, they only have 12 letters in the alphabet. That blew my mind.
I should have said spoiler alert. I got to watch it later.
Oh, really, eh? 12 letters. Actually, I was looking up the, what was it, the Polish and Hungarian alphabet the other day there. They've got 2 letters together, like LE or DA, DZ. That's pretty weird.
Well, I tell you one thing. I wish I had gone to school there for spelling. It would have been easy.
You would have won the spelling bee contest.
Yeah. Then my next thing was to come into my head. I wonder how they spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yeah, that's just mind-boggling.
Anyways, it was quite interesting, this fellow talking about it. He's an activator there, and they had him on tonight on one of the things. Actually, Kevin knows what I'm talking about. It's PZN's YouTube on Wednesday nights. It's a live show they put on, but I never realized that. It's we don't think about things like that. We got 26, and you figure everybody else has 26, but he turned around and says, no, he says they only have 12 actual letters in the alphabet. Now they have the normal consonants, but just the other vowels, and just the difference in the consonants, which was kind of strange. And I looked it up. It was just interesting to see what the actual letters they have.
Yeah, but that's based on the Hawaiian language itself, right? Completely different language than English.
Oh, no, absolutely, yes. But I don't know. I just never thought about it before, and thinking that they would have anything different. Maybe. Well, I don't know. Like I say, it was just kind of just caught me by surprise. That's all.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it is quite different, Kevin.
Yeah, it says the Hawaiian alphabet is an alphabet used to write Hawaiian. It was adapted from the English alphabet in the early 19th century.
Yeah, very interesting there, Larry. Right on. So you say that comes on what, every Wednesday night?
Yeah, every Wednesday night he has it on from 8 o'clock until 9 o'clock. You can also watch it after. He's obviously with the, because it's on YouTube, you can always watch it after. But it's live, so I usually go on. So you can always put comments towards our James there. He'll put it up on the screen or whatever if you have a question or whoever he's kind of. Sometimes just a chit chat, and then sometimes, like I said, this fellow here tonight, he was actually in Hawaii, but he's on Maui, so he's off the main island because they got the big volcano right now that's acting up. So they're not sure what's going on with that one.
Yeah, I got a funny feeling that's just the beginning. That's what is it? Isn't that the biggest volcano in the world or something?
It's been asleep for quite a while. Kevin, since you're looking around, see if you can find out how long that volcano's been asleep. But it's starting to act up now, and they're just worried. They don't know exactly what's going to happen with it. So it's pretty scary for the island. It's starting to spew, I guess. It's been, I think, yesterday a little bit more than it has been. And as you know, sometimes with that black ash, it can kind of just destroy everything.
Yeah, it's 40 years it's been asleep there, Larry. It's been all over the news.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's starting to spew, I guess, now, so they're getting a little bit more concerned about it. I guess the biggest thing is they're hoping it goes kind of up and doesn't come out the side.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been watching video and pictures of the lava there, man. That's a lot. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be near there. See, that's the thing, eh? We all say, oh, I wish I could live in paradise, a place that's like paradise, But you gotta think, certain parts of the world that are beautiful to live in have their negative side, right? Let's say you want to live in the tropics. Well, everything in the tropics is trying to kill you. Don't forget, you've got lizards, snakes, scorpions, alligators, wildlife that is, trying to survive by killing whatever it can. And humans are sometimes in the way. And so, and then like California, earthquakes, forest fires, mudslides. You know, where we live in southern Ontario, we're pretty safe from all that. We get the odd storms that come through, but nothing like hurricanes and tornadoes. All like, I mean, yeah, it's crazy. But I tell you, I still probably wouldn't mind living in Hawaii.
All we have to do is put up with the Liberal government.
Yeah. Well, no politics. Hey, knock it off. No, you're right, Chuck. And my wife always said, you know, it's not going to be anything else going to kill. It's going to be our weather. But and she's probably pretty true with that too. I mean, you turn around and look at, like you say, well, you know, get down the Caribbean and stuff like that. They got the tornadoes that come through there and make devastation of things. And they always seem to manage, though. You know, they always seem to be able to rebuild. I don't know. They must be, I guess, over the X number of years they've been going through it. They have the opportunity now how to figure out how to do all that.
Because they don't have a Liberal government.
Hey, none of that.
Yeah. I'm biting my tongue there, Mac. I wish I could. Yeah, but anyways, um, I forget what I was going to say now. Yeah, Hawaii, beautiful place, beautiful place. Wouldn't mind visiting, let alone spending a bit of time there. Same, I think, the other place in the world that's probably uh, not bad to visit or live is New Zealand and Australia. Uh, certain parts of it, of course. But I hear all the billionaires have bought all the nice places to live there in New Zealand because they know when the poo poo hits the fan, New Zealand is a good place to be.
Yeah, that's probably true, Chuck. All right, listen, taking up enough of your time there. Like I said, I'm number 10 for you. You're fully activated now. You don't have to laugh anymore, Kevin. All right, I'll let you pass it down. I just kind of jumped in here, and I'll be around till the end.
Okay, Larry, thanks for checking in. Much appreciated, sir. It's currently 9:32 p.m. or 9:31 over here, and 0.3 degrees. When our pad started his net at 7, it was 0.9. It only went down to 0.3 since then. So, but with that wind, I'll bet you it feels like -10 outside when the wind hits you. So, anyways, where's George? It's garbage night.
Oh, before you do pass it down, I just got an alert too. We could possibly get 2 to 4 centimeters of snow overnight in the early tomorrow morning with the wind.
Woohoo! Well, I got all my Amazon packages delivered, so I don't have to worry about uh, them, getting behind. Because you know how they have next day delivery or at the most 2 days. Well, now you have 2 to 3 days for your delivery, not one day. As you get closer to Christmas, you'll find it's taking them longer to get things to you because they are super busy. When I see the guy coming out the truck on my security camera there, the delivery guys often have packages for several houses in the area, and they just grab them all and drop them off. And that's how they make their mistakes. The guy almost dropped off a package that wasn't mine there. And they did that a few weeks ago. I had to go to the neighbor and give it to him and say, "Here you go." So yeah, be mindful of those things. Okay, Larry, thanks again. So now we'll clear with VE3LBI. Anyone else out there wishing to check into the Amateur Radio Exchange Group? This is VA3CJZ. Anyone, anywhere, please come now.
Yep, VA3NFG.
Communicate in metric units. What's going on?
Okay, I acknowledge VA3NFG, and there was a comment in there about metric something. Mac, go ahead.
I've always heard LBI say that he grew up with the universal system, and for him to say something about what did he say, 2 to 4 centimeters? He's communicating in metric units. That's okay. What'd you do with the real Larry?
No, what happened was that's the way it comes across my screen, so I can only put it back that way. If I could change it to inches, I'd know what it was.
2.5 centimeters per inch.
That's like 14 feet.
That's what I thought, so I don't have to get the snowblower out then. Okay, we can just shovel it off with a broom.
So for every inch, you need 2.5 centimeters. So 10 centimeters equals 4 inches there, Larry. Just to give you a round number, 10 centimeters is 4 inches.
If it's over top my running shoes, it's deep.
You got that right. Okay, let's not keep our guest of honor waiting. Number 11 check-in, Steve of VA3NFG. Come on in, Steve.
Good evening, everyone. Check-in 11. I think I was checking 11 on ARPAD's Net there earlier tonight. I don't know. It's I am kind of a lucky person, and I should be scratching more scratch tickets, but I don't. Anyhow, what have I got? I don't know what I got. I just got in the door there, so I wanted just to make sure I get in the check-in there before you close her down. So, with that, you're doing your usual 9++, and I'm probably doing the same back to you. Go ahead there, Chuck.
Oh, yeah, Steve, your full strength and full blast audio there is just pounding in here. Nice loud audio. Could probably back off about an inch, maybe. But yeah, doing a good job there, Steve. I heard you checking into ARPAD's Net, and yes, that's right. You were number 11. So there you go. 2 times double bar.
Yeah, that's pretty lucky, eh? I'm just going through my I'm sure you can hear me here. Where's the FM mic gain, for crap's sakes? I was just gonna turn it down a notch. There we are. We're at 60. So I usually talk like this. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I bring it down to 50, did that lower it at all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, it's still loud, Steve. I think maybe if you're not as close to the mic, it'd be perfect.
Okay. Well, I can do that. I did set it down to 30. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As usual, about 4 inches away. And if I back off, there, I'm backed off about 12 inches right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check, check, check.
Oh, yeah. Exceptional audio out of those radios there, Steve. You want to hear something funny? I use a mixer, right, with my microphone here. And I have to put the mic gain on my radio at 1 or 2%. Inside the radio, mic gain is at 1% or 2%. And of course, I use the mixer to amplify and make my voice sound good. But no, you're doing a good job there, Steve.
Okay. All right. Well, just for kicks, well, there's 30%. We're going to dial it back down there. There's 20%, 20, 20. Down to 10%. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on 10.
Well, that last one was perfect.
That was my favorite.
That's it, Steve. Leave it right there. No, it's perfect right there.
2%. Love it.
I'll put it back up, Steve. Nobody can hear you. There's no modulation coming out of it.
All right, there's 1%. 1%. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I could still hear you at 1%. It's pretty low, though.
All right, there's 5. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check, check.
Yeah, yeah, that's much louder than the 2%.
All right. I always like a little bit of extra. So we'll leave it at 8. How's that?
I don't know. To me, you sounded good. You could probably go up to 10, but 10 or 12. But yeah, those radios got some great loud audio.
And then there's George.
Oh yeah, George's audio is just like powerful, eh? I put it up to 15, so I'm sitting at 15 mic gain. Yeah, he's always smoking loud, George, eh?
I got a quick question for you, Steve.
Yeah, okay, Larry, go ahead. What is it?
Have you ever taken your only on the 2 meter side down by I can't think of the name of the place now. Down by the bookstore down there. Have you ever taken your 2 meter radio down there?
Where?
I'm not sure. Bookstore. And why would I take my radio to a bookstore?
No. Have you ever taken your radio, the 2 meter radio, down by the Indigo bookstore?
Oh, never have I ever.
Okay. When you get the opportunity and you're on a lunch break, drive down there. The 2 meter side on all the way around the band is completely wiped out. You cannot. You'll probably get 3/4. Just try it. I thought my radio was broken. I'm just curious if anybody else has tried it. Down by the Indigo, right in front of it or thereabouts, and the 2 meter band is completely wiped out with 3/4 noise.
Wow.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm getting some pretty good noise right now. So much intermod that I thought your mic cut out. It overpowers your signal. So which Indigo bookstore? Is there more than one?
Yeah, right. No, the one by where you work. I'm talking about where you work.
Oh, okay. All right. Not exactly there. And it wouldn't be this radio. This radio that I'm on now always stays in the house, and I just use a little Bowfang with a magnet mount on top. But that's soon to change. But why? A lot of noise comes off of that bookstore?
You know the tower that's at the back there, over towards where the link comes in, or the cutoff there into the link? I'm wondering if that's what's causing the interference, because 2 meters is wiped out.
Well, you know, with a Bowfang, if you get intermod blasting in there, it just might not be the conditions. It's more than likely the radio. So I'll have to have a listen there. Or is that over by the Timmy's there, where the Three Guys Burgers is, or whatever it's called?
No, it's down by the Indigo. You know where the Indigo is, right? The actual bookstore.
No, I do not, to tell you the truth.
Hey, Steve, if you come out of work and go down past Michael's and PetSmart, I think it is. It's right down in the corner, past Michael's and the pet store, and just down the corner there.
Okay, yeah. In that little, that little mall there area. Not mall, but yeah. Best Buy's there, PetSmart, and then Michael's.
Yeah, right there. Just keep going right to the corner. Like right along the stores, drive right down to the end. You'll be right in front of it.
Yeah, and what is it, a constant humming? Or is it, what kind of a tone does it give off there?
That's what I'm asking you to check. It doesn't matter what radio you're on. Just go down and check it and see if you get the same thing. It wiped out my 2 meter radio completely, mobile, and I don't have a Bullfunker. It's a regular radio, Kenwood, and it wiped it right out completely. I could not find anything that would work on the 2 meter side. It was completely wiped out with 3/4 scale noise.
And that's when you were there at that particular place, or is that doing that when you're somewhere else?
Now you got me confused. If I'm doing it somewhere else, what's that mean?
Well, I mean, so I'm assuming that you were shopping or or you were in that area, maybe at PetSmart, and then you were getting blasted by a carrier of some sort. So I'm assuming you were right there in that area.
I was parked in front of the Indigo. The wife was in the store, Indigo, buying a book, and it's completely wiped out. And I wonder if it's coming from the tower at the corner there. You don't even know the area, obviously. In the corner right there, where the Starbucks is, which I never had a coffee before the Starbucks, there's a tower. If you look at it, you can see it. The buildings don't join. There's a tower sitting there, and I'm wondering if it's coming off that tower.
Oh, I don't know. We could do a test, right? And then I can just bring my cables along and cut them. And if the noise goes away, well, we know where it was.
Good luck cutting the cables in that tower.
Oh, a quarter stick ought to take care of that.
You have no idea what I'm talking about with the tower. Obviously, you don't venture too far from Home Depot.
Yeah, I think I know where you're talking about. And I listen to, I'm on my radio. I pretty much work every day, just about, and my radio is always on. If I start the car, the radio is on. So I do hear some interference from time to time, but now that I know what you're talking about, I'll drive right over there and see if the noise increases.
It's only on the 2 meter side. On the 70 centimeter side, there's no issue at all. I'm just curious if you ever had picked it up. I've taken up enough time for Chuck there. I'm going to pass it back over to Net Control. Back to you, Chuck. Go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries there, Larry. No worries. So, Steve, park in front of the Indigo bookstore and switch to 2 meters and see if you get interference.
Yeah, Roger. I will do that. Possibly even tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Thursday. I'm in Thursday and Friday. I got the weekend off, but yeah, I do go by there. Yep, I drive right by it, but this time I'll pull into the parking lot and I will go exactly where Larry said he was, or close to where he said he was. I'll just park right in front and listen. And I'll be putting on this frequency. So does it matter what frequency on the 2 meter side, Larry, or just anywhere on 2 meter?
Completely wipes out the whole 2 meter band.
Wow, and it doesn't let up. It's just noise, eh? Like a dead carrier.
Just go down and see if you get the same results. I'd be curious. I'm just curious to see what you come up with. I thought the radio was broken, and as long as I go to back to 70 centimeters, it was fine. But 2 meter, and as I drove away and headed towards the Home Depot, the noise decreased.
I see. Okay. Oh, it's good to know. You know, I'll take a better look around, and I'll let you know what my findings are.
Yep, I'm just curious, Steve. Okay. Anyways, back over to Chuck. Go ahead, Chuck.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Well, while I've got you two here, I guess I'll tell you guys now that I spoke to John on Monday up in Manitouwadge there, and everything's pretty much the same as the last time I spoke to him there. He doesn't have his own place. He's a tenant in someone's house, and so I don't know if he's got a room or a whole apartment to himself or anything like that. But that's his situation. He's waiting for an opening to get his own place, and that's about it. So he wanted to say hello to everybody, and so I thought I'd pass that on to you guys.
Well, that's good. You made contact with him, so we know he's not under a bridge somewhere, and he's warm, and with food in his belly there. Well, that's better than not knowing anything.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, every time I talked to him, he was like, I got to be out of here. That was last year at exactly almost this exact time. I spoke to John in December. and I think it was the first week of December, and he said to me he had to find a new place by January 1st, and it was already like December 10th or 11th, and so I was quite worried about that, but I guess he made out okay. So yeah, but yeah, so he has internet. I don't know if he has a computer, but his email is really easy. If you want to drop him a line, say hello. It's his call sign, VE3JSU at gmail.com. And so I have his phone number if anybody wants to call him. And he does have a broken telephone. I guess it fell and the back broke. And, anyways, so if anybody's got a phone they want to gift to John, they could do that. So, anyways, okay, that's about it for info on John. It's 9:50 p.m. Here on the AREG week 1524, and we currently have 11 check-ins. And let's see if there's anyone else out there who would like to check in to the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG. This is VA3CJZ, and we're also streaming live on YouTube. Just put my call in the YouTube search box. So anyone, anywhere wishing to check in, please come now.
Victor Echo 3, Charlie India Sierra.
Victor Echo 3, Charlie India Sierra. Good evening, sir. Come on in. Is that Bill? Or oh, that's Merv.
Roger, it's Merv. Chuck, and thanks for letting me in there and say hello to everyone that's on aboard. Just finished watching the hockey game with the Leafs and San Jose, and thought I'd check in to see what was happening. So that's about where we are at this time. Chuck, back to you.
All right. Is the game over? What's the score? Who won?
Oh, the Leafs won 3-1. Martyr tied the record with Sutler and the other chap tonight. So everybody on the team was happy.
Oh, very good. Very good. So that's what, 5 in a row for them now?
Yep, that's the 5th. So let's hope they keep the run going.
Absolutely. All right. All right. Well, you never know. Okay, Murph. Other than that, anything new and exciting with you?
Not too much, Chuck. I think the last time I spoke to you, I mentioned that I had an early Christmas present with the warranty on the transmission. And just to report that the work was done last week. Was in for 2 days, and they put the transmission in, full warranty, no dollars. So that worked out well.
Oh, you gotta love that, eh? You gotta love that. You pay so much for these things. You don't hope that you have to use the warranty, but a hassle-free warranty is always nice. Trannies are expensive, and I'm talking about the kind that are underneath cars. In case Mac has any funny ideas there. But anyways, Murph, thank you very much for checking in, sir. I do appreciate it. We're here every Wednesday night from 8 until 10, and we do stream the net live on YouTube. And so you can watch it during the net or afterwards. So just remember to put my call sign in the YouTube search box there, Merv. And so you have yourself a great rest of the week, and hope to hear from you again next week or anytime. As a matter of fact, we monitor the frequency off and on during the daytime. So you're always welcome here.
Okay, very good, Chuck. Thanks very much. And we'll pass along 73 to yourself and to all aboard there. And thanks for your effort each evening there. So 73 for now. We'll talk to you later. This is VA3CIS, clear with VA3CJZ.
Okay, very good there, Merv. Great signal tonight from your location to the Center Mall here in Hamilton. So that radio is working well from Burlington. Good job. Okay, anyone else want to sneak in there before we close the net? This is VA3 CJZ with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Any new check-ins, please come now. Okay, nothing heard. Let's finish off our birthdays in history, celebrities and famous people. Right now we're down to where Ben Stiller has a birthday today. He was born in 1965 on this day. Of course, he's born in New York City, New York. Anybody ever watch Popular Mechanics for Kids? Alicia Cuthbert was one of the hosts. There was a girl and a boy hosting that show when they were teenagers, and she was born in 1982 on this day. So she would be 40 today. Wow, how they age. Kaylee Cuoco, well, however you say it. She celebrates her 37th birthday today, born in 1985 in Camarillo, California. And that's it for birthdays. And we have a few people that passed away on this day, not too many. Let's start off in 1975 on this day. Zeppo Marx, one of the Marx brothers, comedian. He was a comedian and actor, one of the Marx brothers. Dies at the age of 78 on this day in 1979. Tiny Tim, you remember that song, Tiptoe Through the Tulips? Tiny Tim passed away of a heart attack at the age of 71 on this day in 1996. And the Canadian rock bassist for Loverboy, Scott Smith, passed away on this day in the year 2000. So 22 years ago today, Scott Smith, the bassist for Loverboy, passed away. He was 45 years old. Evel Knievel died on this day in 2007. No need to elaborate on who he was. And then we have Paul Walker from the Fast and Furious movies, passed away on this day in 2013. He was 40 years old. He was born in 1973. And then we have, I don't know if I can say this name, but in 2014, a gentleman by the name of Go Seigen, Chinese-born Japanese Go master. I had to look that up. It's a game. Considered to be the greatest Go player in the 20th century, dies of natural causes at the age of 100. So one of those funky Chinese games. It's very, very old. Go is an abstract strategy board game for two players in which the aim is to surround more territory than the opponent. The game was invented in China more than 2,500 years ago and is believed to be the oldest board game continuously played to the present day. Very interesting tidbits of information there. And then we have Jim Nabors from the Andy Griffith Show, Gomer Pyle, USMC, and he was an opera singer too. Jim Nabors passed away on this day at the age of 87 in 2017. And then the 41st U.S. President, George H.W. Bush, passed away in 2018. He was born in 1924. Okay, and he was 94 years old when he passed away. Here's a beer event that you might find interesting. In the year 1487, the first German beer purity law is promulgated in Munich by Albert IV, Duke of Bavaria, stating beer should be brewed from only 3 ingredients: water, malt, and hops. That's it. So good for the Germans. No wonder they got the largest beer company in the world. Okay. Where are we? What else? We're almost out of time here. 1803. Spain cedes her claims to Louisiana territory to France. So there's the French that you get out of Louisiana. It was owned by France. And before that, it was Spain. Interesting. And the first commercially successful alternating current electric power plant opens in Buffalo on this day in 1886. And listen to this, just like the electric cars were made over 100 years ago, front-wheel drive was invented and patented in the year 1900. A German engineer patented front-wheel drive for automobiles on this day, in the year 1900. A lot of them are Grey Cups. 1912 Grey Cup, AAA grounds. I don't know where that is. I'm not from here. But Hamilton Alerts, that was the name of the team, win their only title, and they beat the Toronto Argonauts 11-4. The very first photo facsimile was transmitted across the Atlantic by radio from London to New York on this day in 1924. Isn't that like SSTV or something? All right, well, it's 10 p.m., and we're going to wrap things up here. But before we go, I want to say thank you to everybody who stuck around. Are there any comments or questions or check-ins from anywhere?
Got to bounce. 7-3. Take care. Catch you next time. VE3KKP.
Okay, Kevin. Thanks a bunch, man. We'll talk to you again soon.
7-3 Chuck, and good net as always, and it's a little slow to the start, but it picked up there at the end, and we got quite the number. What was the final number? And 7-3's back to you.
Yeah, Wade, I was going to mention it in my sign-off, but we've got 12 check-ins today. A little bit slow there for a while, and a couple of people are missing in action, but maybe we'll get them next week. So to everyone, thank you very much for spending time with us here on another edition of the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG, and this was week 1524. And so anyone else? Mac, any final words?
7-3's Chuck, job well done as usual. Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey.
All right. No George tonight either. And I heard him earlier saying he was going to check into this net when he was on our pads. Oh, well, something came up. All right. So with that, it is 10:01 p.m. It's a 0.2 of 1 degree outside. Don't know how windy it is now. It looks like it's died down a bit. But anyhow, bundle up if you're heading out. Don't get a cold. You should put some covering if you're going to go into a store like Walmart. I do. So anyways, enough of that. Okay, take care, everyone. 7-3s. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, closing the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Oh, and there's Sean. Hey, Sean, you made it. Victor Alpha 3, Alpha Kilo India is on the YouTube stream. Actually, it's Delta United 1, stroke Victor Alpha 3, Alpha Kilo India. Hello, Sean, and you'll have to show up earlier next week. It's been about half an hour since I looked at this webpage, but thanks for checking in, Sean. We'll make it your lucky number 13 then. So there you go. 13 check-ins. We're inching so much closer to the 15 mark with everybody checking in there. So thanks again, everyone. Have a great rest of the evening and rest of the week. We'll talk to you all again soon. This is VA3 CJZ, returning the frequency back to regular amateur use.
Yeah, 7-3, Chuck. I'll be hanging around somewhere for a little bit. VA3 and FG.
Okay, Steve. Yep, we're gonna go and get all the garbage and put it outside and take a pause for the cause, and we'll be back in a bit. Either here or maybe on the ZOE. Okay, everyone. Thanks again. Have a good one. 7-3.